everyone, welcome to another Fight of the Night review. I had a feeling there was going to be one. It's just, it's not the main event, which I thought it would be. The main event was at the entire card was at the UFC Apex Center in Enterprise, Nevada. The main event was Marvin Vettori versus Paulo Costa. But the Fight of the Night was the main event of the prelims between Jung Park and Gregory Rodrigues, so as always it's my job to break it down as best as I can round by round and tell you what I thought of the fight at the end, so let's do that. So, fight begins, round 1, both men standing up, doing a lot of a filling out process. Park lands the first actual strike with a good leg kick. Rodrigues actually goes for some really good body shots quite early on. He lands them a pretty decent clip. And he does eventually start mixing it up a bit more, countering Park a little bit more as well. And he eventually starts landing some really good bombs on Park, and it does sort of cause Park to back away. He does land a couple of his own though, and does sort of push Rodrigues back a little bit. But Rodrigues is eventually able to, not long after that actually, to secure a really good takedown, which he does after catching a kick and getting a good sweep with his leg. Well, one of his legs he's got two, they both work, and he gets Park on his back and is pretty fluid on the ground as Rodrigues. I mean, I should expect it because he's Brazilian, he's probably really good at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specifically, but yeah, he's just countering a lot of what Park has to offer on the ground, just brilliantly takes the back, sinks in a really deep looking body triangle, almost gets a rear naked choke from this position. And yeah, the rest of round 1 is basically just Rodrigues controlling Park on the ground. Really good, almost gets a full mount at one point. And I believe as the round is ending, I think Rodrigues is sort of getting a couple of strikes off. I think Park might have gotten up in the time between, and there might have been some stuff exchanged between them. But yeah, for the most part, round 1, I'll give to Rodrigues. I didn't really see Park winning it. He did land a good couple of strikes, and obviously he landed the first one of the fight with a really good leg kick, but yeah, round 1 was Rodrigues, especially with the takedown he got and controlling a lot of that first round. So we're going to go into round 2. Can't really think of much else to say about round 1. We get to round 2 and Park sort of knows he didn't really win the first round, so he immediately opens fire on Rodrigues, starts landing beautiful combos, a lot of it really catching Rodrigues clean, backs him up against the cage, and Rodrigues does land a good couple of counters, but they do sort of find the center again, and Park is just storming Rodrigues, landing heavy shots, really good hooks, really good uppercuts, really good straights, just opening up, and Rodrigues is not defending well. He's keeping his head out in an effort to sort of counter, but when you're being blasted like that, you ideally want to tuck your chin, or in my case all three of mine, into your neck, so that way you don't suffer as much damage. But Rodrigues, he managed to tank it somehow. And eventually he managed to catch he caught a punch, sort of got a standing arm triangle dealy, then got a trip, and a really good judo trip, and had the ground again on Jun. Didn't really get a lot of offense in this time around. Park was too close to the cage. He managed to use it to sort of, not grabbing it or anything illegal, he was able to use it intelligently to get himself back up. And eventually started opening fire on Rodrigues again. And I honestly thought the round was over, even though I knew who was winning going in. I thought that the fight was going to be over by this point, but Park landed some really good shots. Rodrigues just landed enough counters, blasted Park back, and didn't really land a lot of offense against the cage before Keith Peterson jumped in to stop the fight, which I think was called as a knockout. Yeah, it was called as a knockout. So Park was out. This fight was, for as short as it was, because there's been some really good 2-round bangers this year, this is probably my least favourite. And it didn't really feel as back and forth because, Rodrigues had pretty much all of round 1, and up until Park got knocked out in round 2, Park definitely had round 2, with the exception of the takedown that Rodrigues got. But yeah, it was still a fun fight, definitely a lot better than last week's. It was just good to see respect between them as well. I think the stoppage could have been held off for a couple of seconds more, but fight safety is a very important thing, and I'm really glad that Park did not suffer any more damage than was needed. Keith Peterson, at the end as always, I think as an underrated ref, he made a really good call in stopping the fight when he did. And really good fight from both of these men. Rodrigues, really good ground skills, really good striking when it came to it. Park lands some really good shit, so yeah, fair back and forth. I don't think it will be in my top 10, but I liked it a lot more than I was expecting to for a fight that had a finish, so yeah, it was really good at the end of the day. And that'll about do it. A relatively short review for a relatively short fight. It only ended 3 minutes 13 seconds into round 2. I do wish it had gone a bit longer, like I said a bit earlier, but really good fight, solid stuff between them. As, you know, not going to be in my top 10. But as for what's next, hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to get the very brief history of Fall Out Boy done. Then the actual episodes of that backtracking episode, sorry, the parts of that backtracking episode out on Tuesday and Wednesday. And I've got to set up another PPW vs AVW card for Tuesday night as well. And, yeah, also thank you to everyone who watched my gaming stream, because it's my first attempt at me going to put up Let's Plays, at me doing a Let's Play. I'm going to put up on YouTube eventually, but only when I've completed the game, because I want to get all the bits and bobs I can and edit it together and cut out any things that don't really need to be in it. So yeah, I don't know when that'll be up, and I'll be able to work on it more after this season of backtracking is over. But hopefully I can put it on in the time between, and maybe people will like it. For those wondering, the game is Psychonauts, so that's what I'll be doing. Yeah, I'm going to be busy for the next few days though, so it won't be too long until you see me. And as always, thank you for watching, you're awesome. Bye bye.